What's going on, guys? This week I've been driving the 2019 Ford Edge ST. The Edge is Ford's compact 5-seater SUV. The ST is their performance line, so this is a performance compact SUV. Let's get into it. Alright, so before we dive deep into this vehicle, I first want to say I've been accused a lot or get a lot of criticism about being too positive on these vehicles. A lot of my reviews are very positive. I'm a very positive person, and a lot of the cars out today are really great vehicles. Fair warning though to all the Ford fans watching this review, you might be triggered a bit because this one's going to be more on the negative side. There's a lot to like about the Edge and the ST, but there's a lot that I don't like, and I don't see a lot of other reviewers out there talking about that. A lot of people have glowing reviews of this vehicle, and that's fine. But me personally, I got some gripes. We're gonna talk about them throughout this review. I hope you stick with me. Let's just keep going. All right, so we already established this is the ST version, which is the high performance, most high dollar version of the Edge you can get. Other trim levels include the base trim, which is the SE, which has a base price of $31,000. You have the SEL with a base price of $34,355, and then the luxury variant is the titanium with a base price of $38,100, and our ST has a base price of $43,265. That's not the MSRP of this one that we have here. We'll get into that in a little bit, but first let's take a look at the exterior design and see what we think. So the Edge itself has gotten a bit of a makeover throughout the years. This is the newest rendition of the Edge, and of course the ST, you're going to get a little bit of performance looks, including you get this nice big sporty grille and front fascia with the ST badge proudly displayed right here in the front. Around the side you get these black side sills, and you get these 21-inch premium gloss black painted aluminum wheels, running summer tires only, and behind those wheels you get the ST performance brake package with front and rear vented disc brakes and unique front rotors, and you get these Colorado red painted brake calipers. Now, one of my favorite things that Ford started to do that a lot of people are copying nowadays is the capless fuel filter, so you don't have to take a cap off to put gas in it. You just open up the door, put the fuel pump in, and get your gas. It's a convenience thing. Around the back is more sportiness with this big rear fascia, these two large chrome exhaust outlets, except they're fake. You can see the actual exhaust pipes hidden back behind these big exhaust openings. You have another ST badge proudly displayed here on the rear hatch, and this is a power liftgate. All right, Adam, you're supposed to be hating on this car, and so far you haven't done that yet. We're looking at the exterior design, and overall I think it's a decent looking design. It's got some sporty bits. It looks pretty good going down the road, but in the grand scheme of things and what a lot of other manufacturers in competition are doing, it's still kind of bland, which is fine for the Ford Edge, but the ST, I want to see a little bit more crazy. So one of the things I'm definitely not going to complain about is what's under the hood here. This is a 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 engine. That pushes 335 horsepower, 380 foot-pounds of torque, and is matched up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy wise, you're looking at 19 city, 26 miles per gallon highway. Decent numbers for a sporty vehicle. Of course, if you're looking for anything besides the ST model, you're looking at a 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. This pushes 250 horsepower and 275 foot-pounds of torque. All right, with that, let's open up the rear hatch and look at the cargo volume you get with this SUV. Now, it is an automatic opening rear hatch. You got a button on the key. You can do the kick underneath, or there's a button here that you could use as well. So behind the second row, you get 39.2 cubic feet of storage space, which is pretty good. Those rear seats are 60-40 split, and you get 73.4 cubic feet of storage space with the second row folded down. Like any good 2-row SUV, anything we wanted to pack this thing with throughout the week, it's handled it just fine. All right, so here in the rear seats, this is not my driving position because the seat pushes back whenever you get out. But you do have decent knee room. It is a decently comfortable chair. You can actually recline it back a bit. You get a armrest with 2 cup holders. Down here you get a 110 volt, 150 watt power plug and a 12 volt accessory port, and you get heated seats on the 2 sides. Middle seat still pretty good, got decent foot room, maybe knee room. I got plenty of headroom. I'm 6'1". I definitely wouldn't advise for you carrying 5 large adults in this vehicle, but it can be done. All right, with that, let's talk about the front seats, the overall interior, and the technology in this Edge. All right, so it is in here in the interior where this vehicle starts to fall apart for me. Again, it's not bad, it's not terrible. You do get some nice features and everything, but after a week of driving this thing, I'm done with it. First of all, we have these Performance ST bucket seats. They're leather and suede, nice materials, decent grip, bolstering, but they're not that comfortable. Another thing that's not that comfortable is the seating position itself. You do get a power adjusting seat, a power adjusting steering wheel, but no matter where I place it, I'm just not comfortable. A lot of it has to do with I can't get low enough as I feel like I need to be in this vehicle. And if I'm set comfortably back enough, the steering wheel actually doesn't telescope back far enough, so I got to be closer up. My legs are a little bit more bent. Again, it could be me. I just can't really find a really comfortable seating position in this Edge. Again, there are nice things in this. You do get a lot of nice materials. Ford has been doing nice interiors on a budget for a long time. You do get a leather wrapped steering wheel. All the plastics that are in here are soft touch plastics. You get conveniences like heated seats and cooled seats. You get 2 USB ports up front and a wireless charging pad, plus another accessory charger right here in the console. You get a shift-by-wire transmission, so you have this little turn dial knob instead of a traditional gear shifter, which is fine. I have no complaints about that. And you do get a sport mode, which we'll touch on when we get to the driving section here pretty soon. Tech-wise, you do get a nice big touchscreen display with Ford's Sync system. It's a really good infotainment system. You do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration. And you get Waze and Ford plus Alexa capabilities. You get other nice tech in here too, like you don't just get a rear view camera, you get a front view camera, so 180 degrees in the front and the rear view camera. You don't get side cameras, so you don't get the full 360 view, but you do get radars on there, so you do kind of know your proximity with radars. All right, so again, I do think the Edge interior is decent. I like the technology and everything. The seating position for me is one of the biggest drawbacks, especially with it trying to be a performance-oriented vehicle. I can't get into a good position where I feel like it's a very performant vehicle. And it's been at least 4 or 5 years since I've driven an Edge. And besides some of the little technology updates, it really feels like I'm driving the same vehicle that they've had out for years now, even though it's been updated. With that, let's jump into the drive and gripe a little bit more and get that out of our system, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, so you do have Ford's intelligent all-wheel drive system in this vehicle. You also have independent front and rear suspension, which is really nice. You also have Ford's advanced track stability system, as well as a roll stability control system and a curve control system. Curve control helps drivers maintain control when entering a curve too fast by reducing engine torque and applying four-wheel braking to reduce speed. You also do have hill start assist, so you never have to worry about rolling backwards when you're getting going on a hill. You do have that 8-speed automatic transmission. I haven't really had any issues with it throughout the week. It's handled everything really well. And you do have a sport mode in the transmission, so So you just hit the S button here on the shifter, and that wakens up sport mode. So let's stop here on our little bit of straight road and do an acceleration test in sport mode. We're still in automatic. We're not manually shifting here. We're in sport mode. Let's go. $60. So as you can see, there is some turbo lag there, to be expected with a turbocharged system. Lots of horsepower, but it didn't seem crazy fast. But when you're really on it, it definitely sounds a lot better. I mean, it can be fun. $50,000 fun. All right, so what are my big complaints then? Well, again, it's not very comfortable to drive for me, and it just lacks a sense of excitement. It is a kind of quick car. It can be a fun car to throw around in some of the corners. Not really better than a Focus ST. Yes, you get more room in here, but it doesn't feel super quick. It doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't look super good. It doesn't look exciting. And when all of that builds up and you add in the price of this thing, that's where it really gets out of control. So let's park and talk about the price and competition real quick. All right, so first of all, the price. This one that we're sitting in with all the options that it has, the ST package, is $52,325. That's a ton of money for an Edge, especially when it doesn't feel that special. Competition-wise is a little bit difficult. The Edge itself competes with stuff like the Chevy Equinox or maybe the new Blazer. You could also look at the Hyundai Santa Fe. There's also a lot of rumors about Hyundai making a N version of the Kona, and the N is their performance variant. So a performance-oriented Kona would definitely compete with this ST. You could also look at the Nissan Murano. Again, it doesn't really have a performance variant, but it does compete with the Edge itself. If you are looking more premium, more performance, you could look at stuff like the BMW X3 or X4. And of course, the M packages on those are going to get you more closely aligned with the ST. The actual MX3 and MX4 are more performant than this thing, but also cost a lot more money as well. So overall, I'm not mad at Ford for making something like this. I like the fact that they're putting more performance focus on more of their vehicles that they still have left in their lineup. I just wish it was a little bit more comfortable for me and really stood out a little bit more and just felt a little bit more, you know. All right, and if I'm being overly harsh here or overly critical, I can take criticism. Go down in the comments, let me know your thoughts on this vehicle, because I'm really interested. I don't know, it just didn't do it for me, so I'm really interested on what you guys think. So definitely head down into the comments and let me know. I try to respond to as many comments as I can, and I take constructive criticism really well. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Ford Edge and the Edge ST. Am I being a little bit too harsh here? Is it a really great vehicle? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.